Hi guys, we're now on page 2 of Quarterly Review 3. So now we're going to be evaluating some functions. So the directions say, given the 3 functions below, answer questions 4 through 15. So we have the table on the top left. This is representing f of x. We have the graph in the middle. This is representing function g of x. And we have the equation on the right. This is representing function h of x. So with this first one, number 4, it's asking us to evaluate f of 5. Now, remember, inside the parenthesis is always your x. So f of 5, we should be going to the f function, which was the table right above it. And we are looking in the column for the x where we see a 5. So that would be the one on the bottom. So when x is 5, the y that comes out is -1. So that is your answer. Remember, x's go in, y's come out. For g in the middle, number 5, it's asking us to find g of 1. Now again, in the parenthesis is your x. This is now asking us to use the g function, which is the graph directly above it. So we need to search along this graph for where there is a point that has an x of 1. So this point right down here on the bottom, this point is 1, -1. Remember, points are always x, y. So when x is 1, the y is -1. Number 6, h of 9. Again, in the parenthesis is your x. This is now asking us to use the h function, which is the equation right above. So in that equation, everywhere that you see x, we should be plugging in 9. And then if I were you, I would type this straight into my calculator. Remember, there's the calculator app that I told you can download. So we have 9 squared minus 4 times 9, and you should get 45 as an answer. Question 7, here we're starting with our composition. Remember, we always go right to left. We start with whoever is closest to the number. So we are starting with g of 3. So g is the graph from above. The 3 is the x. So in the graph, you are finding where there is an x of 3. So that would be this point right here, 3, 1. So when x is 3, y is 1. So the answer to g of 3 is 1. We now take this answer, and because we just used g, we now need to use h. And this answer is the new x for h. So again, h was the equation x squared minus 4x. So now we are going to plug in a 1 into that equation. Again, you can type that right into your calculator, and you should get -3 as your final answer. This is the final answer. Question 8, doing the same thing, but there's 3 of them this time. You are still working backwards. Whoever is closest to the number goes first. So g of 2, going to the g function, find a point where x is 2. When x is 2, y is 0. So g of 2 is equal to 0. After g comes f. We're now taking the 0, plugging it into f. F was the table. And again, you are going where the x is a 0. So when x is 0, y is 5. So f of 0 is 5. And then from there, that 5 is now getting plugged into the equation for h. So 5 squared minus 4 times 5. And you should get 5 as your final answer. Number 9, this notation with the open circle, remember, still means the exact same thing. You're still going right to left. Whoever is closest to the number starts. So we're looking for g of 5. So going to the graph, g of 5. It's a little weird. I'm going to say that the 5 is with 3. If you went with the 0.52, I would take that also. This graph's a little not clear, but it looks to me like it's 5.3 the point. So g of 5 would be equal to 3. Then doing h of 3, we should be doing 3 squared minus 4 times 3. And you should get negative 3 as an answer. If you thought that the original point on the graph was 5, 2, you would have ended up with negative 4 as a final answer. Number 10, doing the same thing. Working backwards, closest to the 0 is f. So f of 0, going to the table. F of 0 we did before was 5. And then now h of 5, we should be doing 5 squared minus 4 times 5, which we did earlier. And you should get 5 as your final answer. Number 11, nice simple, just h of negative 6. Negative 6 squared minus 4 times negative 6. Be careful with this one. If that first negative 6 is not in parentheses, you will get the wrong answer when you type it into your calculator. You need to type it in with the parentheses around the negative 6. And as long as you type it in correctly, you should get 60 as an answer. 12, I told you that you could skip, so no need to do 12. 13, f of x is equal to 3. Now remember, the x is in the parenthesis, and I said the y comes out. So this is now telling us that the y is 3, and we are trying to figure out what x is. So going to the table, we want to search the f of x, the y column, for 3. So we have this point right here. So when the y is 3, the x is 1. So that is what our final answer should be. (14), again, right to left, h of 0, plugging that in. You should get 0 as an answer. So then f of 0, going to the table, this is now your x again. When x is 0, y was 5. And last one of these, 15, h of negative 1, plugging in the negative 1 for x. Again, be careful with parentheses here. You want to have the parentheses around the negative 1 before you square it on the calculator. Otherwise, you will get the wrong answer. You should get 5. So then g of 5, going to the graph. Again, you are looking for the point where the x is 5. So that was the one before that I said looked like it was in a little bit of a weird spot. I was going with a y of 3 for it. If you went with 2 for that one because it's not very clear, I would take that also. But I'm going to go with 3. All right, next four on the page are just saying state whether the following are functions. Remember, for a function, this means no repeating x's. So for 16, if I look at just my x's, the zeros are repeating, so this is not a function. 17, looking at my x row, all of them are different, so that one is a function. Now, from a graph to test if x's repeat, remember this is the vertical line test. No matter where I put a vertical line, the graph is only touching once. So yes, this is a function. And 19, the first bubble, remember, those are your x's. The second bubble, those are your y's. So every x has only one arrow coming out of them. So yes, this one is a function. So hopefully that helps with this page. I'm going to end this video here and then continue with another video for the next page.